Hey guys, it's Kelly here again and welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another art video. Today I have a picture that I drew a couple of months ago actually. I recorded it, I think it was sometime in January or February, I'm not sure. But I never got to editing it and uploading it, and I thought that now is the perfect time since people are at home. Somebody might actually see this one. And also I kind of don't have anything to do lately, so I have been experimenting with more with my art and more with my video editing skills. So yeah, I guess we'll see where that leads me. But anyway, this picture in particular is something that kind of got inspired by a Drawing with Waffles art piece, because she had a video with a palettefull box, those subscription boxes with the art supplies in them. And she created something, well, not similar, but she created a girl with very colorful hair using alcohol inks. And that really inspired me to create something more blobby and watercolory. And I had this idea of having this girl with paint splatters as hair. Now, naturally, because I'm not very versed in watercolor, and also, by the way, the paper that I'm using turned out to be not very great for watercolor, which is surprising because it's actually a watercolor block. But yeah, I guess that's what you get for buying something cheap. Anyway, that's not the point right now. The point is that I wanted to make it more blobby and paint splattery, but I am working on a very small surface. I also am not that great using watercolor, and I'm kind of still, I guess, scared of them in a way, and I wanted to use a lot of water, but I noticed that my paper is buckling so much, and you can actually see it as I'm adding color and water droplets. You can see the water just travel all around the page. That is because you can't really tell on camera because it's looking top down, but it was basically like 5 centimeters top and bottom. The whole page was buckling. It was basically turning into a sphere. Maybe should have taped it down. Maybe I'll do that next time, but yeah. Anyway, I still think it's really cool. I really love the colors. I love these colors together. If I managed to do it more splattery, it probably would have turned out better. But either way, I think it's a cool drawing. And in the end, I added some thick line art to the piece, and I thought that really brought it together, made the girl stand out a lot. And this is, well, basically it's just having fun with watercolor and practicing a little bit, and it turned out kind of cute, and that's why I wanted to upload it here on this channel. So yeah, that's basically it. I will link the Drawing with Waffles video on screen and also in the description bar down below if you guys want to check it out. I really do love her art style and what she does, and I find inspiration in her drawings very often. I don't know if you guys, if you know who she is, you probably know she does these sketchbook tours and character designs, and she just sits down and starts drawing for like an hour or two, and every time I watch one of her drawings I want to draw as well. She just makes me all inspired and creative, and I think that's great. It's great for somebody to have such a person to inspire them, even if we don't know each other. But just her art and her videos, and that's kind of what I'm hoping to do here. I know that my art is not amazing or unique or great, but I am working on it, and I do think that, or at least I hope that maybe someday somebody else will find inspiration in the art that I create, the way that I find inspiration in other YouTubers' art. So yeah, wow, that got sappy all of a sudden. Anyway, let's get back to the editing. So just a quick heads up, I already passed, but I actually used salt on the watercolors. I read somewhere that creates these cool, I don't even know, they're not exactly splatter effects, but it creates cool textures in your watercolor while it's still wet, and that's what I was trying to do. It did actually turn out really cool. You can't really tell on the video, but you'll see in the finished piece later at the end. It did make a difference. It definitely created something very interesting looking, so I am happy about that. Now I'm doing the line art, and yeah, she has a lot of anatomical issues. I am aware of that. I know that her face is not great, but I don't know. I think that her eyes are just such a focus, and her hair is such a focus in this picture that you can kind of ignore the fact that her jawline is in a completely wrong place. Also her nose, but I don't know. Maybe I'm the only one who sees that. Anyway. As I mentioned previously, I have been working quite a bunch on my editing, and that is mostly because I have no lights, and currently it's winter here in Bulgaria, so the amount of light and sunlight that comes out through the window is very, very minimum, and it's very hard to record my usual videos about books and my wrap-ups and challenges, just because it's dark and the quality is really not great. So I decided to start also figuring out while I am home because of the quarantine. I tried to figure out some other softwares that I could use to maybe just work around the whole bad quality video footage stuff. So I started using Adobe Premiere, and I have used Adobe Premiere back in university. We used it briefly over one semester, and I remember, even though we used like an older version, but I remember not being quite happy with it, just because I've grown up using Sony Vegas, and I can do a lot in Sony Vegas, and at the time when I was using Premiere, the older versions, they were just not that great. And there were a lot of features that were missing. The whole interface was not my favorite. It lacked a lot of features, or at least I couldn't find them as a beginner, so it wasn't very beginner friendly. But at some point, I guess they amped up their game, and I have been trying to work with Premiere Pro for about 2 days now, which is not a lot, but I am getting a hand of it. And I think because I am using After Effects at work, I think I can use both and create something very interesting here in terms of editing. So yeah, I think that this is going to counteract, is that the word? My whole recording situation, so I'll be able to do a lot more in post. But yeah, I am adding some finishing touches here on the piece, just some highlights and some more thick lines, and it's basically done. I'm actually pretty happy with how it turned out. It was, as I said, it's just some fun with watercolors and just some interesting designs and just seeing what I can do. And yeah, I'll leave you guys to it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe if you like what you see and would like to see more. And hopefully I'll see you very soon in the next video. So, bye!